The meeting to order. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. All members are here except for Denny. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, God, indivisible. For our open forum tonight, we're going to hear from our new high school principal. Nicole will introduce herself and say a few inspirational words for everyone here.
No pressure.
And we're working you hard already.
Well, hello, my name is Nicole Adams. It's a pleasure to meet you members of the school board, and it's a pleasure to be here in New Prague. I've lived in the district. I live in Elko, Newmarket. We built our home there 5 years ago, and at that time I had a very long commute to another school district, and I always thought, boy, I'd love to work in this school district, and that feeling continued to grow as I became more familiar with the community and my neighbors, and started to learn about the commitment that this school district has demonstrated to its students, and to a very specific way of doing things that benefits its students. And so when this position opened up, it seemed too good to be true. And even though I'm 3 weeks in now, well, barely 3 weeks in, I still find myself kind of pinching myself that is this really happening? And it's been great, despite the fact that we've had a few little challenges. That's typical. That's every school, every year, so nothing really out of the ordinary there. And it's been a great start, and everyone has been welcoming, and I can't wait for the staff to come back next week and the students the week after, 2 weeks from today.
Okay, great. Anyone have any?
We'll have air conditioning in the whole high school by then.
It has been toasty. It's okay. I'm getting used to it, and so is everyone else. But I do hear that the chillers are being turned on tomorrow. That is the latest. So, fingers crossed.
So, anyone have any questions? Since none of you were part of the interview team, you can ask now.
Welcome.
Ask her something really hard, but it's not going to change it.
No, yeah, it's ironically, Nicole living in Elko, Newmarket, so she was driving through New Prague to her latest job every day, right?
I was, yes.
Yep, right to LeSueur. So we're very happy to have her here, and she's doing a lot of meeting with a lot of people now, whether it's within her building or at the district level, a lot of one-on-one meetings or small group meetings, and then also hiring. We got just finished the counselor position. What else? You got the band director?
Band director, we hope to be wrapping that up very soon.
So,
I'll keep it simple. Do you plan on serving ice cream to the students the first week? They've done it every year. And I'm a former dairy farmer. So.
Well, I'm told I will need to consult our health and wellness policy.
all right.
Although I
Welcome.
could eat, plenty of ice cream myself, so.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nicole.
Waiting for a moment. Where do we start?
Agenda.
Yeah, I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0.
Madam Chairman, I would like to recommend that we pass the consent agenda.
Second.
Comments?
Yes.
I noticed a retirement on there.
Even though he was not here for only 11 years, the band man was very well liked, and I know my grandkid wishes you and the left, so good luck to him. And the second one is for 26 years in the paraprofessional department. Dory Vicola has now retired, and I have never heard any bad things about. She was always available, and she had a good rapport with the para kids.
And those of you who don't know, Brian Thorsted, our band director, took a Dean of Students position at GFW, given Fairfax Winthrop, where Lonnie went, so. You're right, he did a great job for us. Excellent teacher, and
If he's
I'm
gonna-
happy
If
for
he's
him.
gonna stay in, if he wants to be an admin, he might as well go work with Lonnie then.
Yep, Lonnie was smart to get him, so.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0. First thing on our action items is approval or resolution for the election.
Okay, I'll just look for a member to make a motion to introduce the resolution.
So move.
Okay, I'll read the a resolution very quickly. It's a resolution relating to the election of school board members and calling the school district general election. And basically, it goes into a lot of individual stuff, which I'll kind of skip over. I think everybody's familiar with it. So, Don, how do you vote?
We need a second.
Yes.
I'm sorry, we need a second on that. Sorry. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Don, how do you vote?
Yes.
Sherry?
Yes.
Kim?
Yes.
Kitten?
Yes,
Jeannie?
Yes.
Jerry votes yes. Motion carries 6-0.
thank you. The gymnastics center lease addendum.
Yes, so Brad Skogerbo has been working with the Gymnastics Center for the last couple of months or so about leasing the dance studio portion, mainly for our dance team and cheer team, which they always struggled to find places for them to practice. But it also has other uses for other sports at the athletic field, at the Trojan Stadium. We can also do some things through community ed there perhaps. So we have exclusive use of this all year round. And the dance portion, that dance studio portion is $26,400. We already lease the gymnastics portion of that from time to time. We also pay separate lease costs for like if FIED goes in there and some other activities go in there. So the increase is $26,400. We will lease levy for this. It'll be part of our 2019 levy. And we get most of that through lease levy. We deduct just a little bit for utilities. So would ask for approval of that. We'd like to start using it like right away. So we would normally bring this to a workshop and then to the board, but there really wasn't time. We had some, the gymnastics center had to work out the situation with their current group that leased it. So it took a while to get it taken care of, but we'd like to ask for approval for this tonight.
I think it'd be great to have that
Oh,
additional space.
Yeah, they've been struggling, dance and cheer, especially, I mean, both of them. Cheerleading, trying to fit in the cafeteria, dance team. Yeah, use the cafeteria also. And I mean, cheerleading's been in hallways and everywhere, but the dance team also was using it. And they'd get to the gym. I mean, Brad did a great job fitting them in between, the basketball team schedules on the courts and stuff like that. But if they had a place that they could go count on every day, it will
It's
really.
a good dance floor too.
Yeah,
so.
it will really help the program, so, really a positive thing.
Any other questions? Want to make a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the gymnastics center lease space for dance and cheering teams.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0. Substitute pay.
Yes, so now that all of our contracts are finally settled, we always look at our substitute rates of pay and adjust as needed. Teachers, we're currently at $125 a day. We'd like to increase that to $130 a day. I have looked at surrounding districts. $130 would be, again, among the highest in the area, and that's really where we want to be, so that we are paying our substitute teachers well and we are attracting them, and they will come here versus another district perhaps, because we're always short of teacher subs. We keep that bonus for every 20 days of subbing at $110, which adds basically another $5 a day if they have subbed in our district for 20 times. They can earn that multiple times during the year, but that adds another $5 a day. The support staff substitutes, the paras, the food service, custodial, clerical, and nurse, and bus driver, we're basically increasing those the same dollar amount that the hourly rates increased over the 2-year period. So it's slightly less than what the starting rate of pay is. So if they come to work for our district, they get a slight raise. And again, these rates are very competitive to our surrounding districts. Unlike teacher subs, I think, like parents and food service and those, it's much more local, much more within New Prague and within Elko New Market. Teacher subs have a tendency to go around a little bit more, but the support staff have a tendency to come right from our immediate area. So just like your approval for those to implement those the first day of the new school year coming up.
Does it happen very often where we can't find a substitute teacher?
Yes,
Or
it
quite
does.
often?
Yes, it does.
And what happens then? Just
Well, teachers
figure it
can
out?
teachers can sub during their prep. Right now, if they sub during their prep, they get $50 per the contract, which is the highest of anybody I've ever seen. It's, something was put in the contract
12 years ago.
long time ago, and we're not increasing it. So that's the good news. We'll never increase it until it catches up with some of the our comparable districts in the surrounding areas. That's a very expensive way to do it. And sometimes principals have to go into classrooms. That's happened. Sometimes, support staff, non-classroom licensed staff have to go in. We do whatever we have to do. I think the
And don't you-
executive.
Didn't they still use the open cafeteria area for some of the classes too?
Yeah, so the high-level classes at the high school don't require a sub, and that has helped at the high school. We also, if you recall, we have a reserve sub at the elementary and the secondary level. We hire that every year, so it's someone that's brought on staff. And at the elementaries, they rotate every third week to each building, and they're available for those last minute, the sick. Someone gets, wakes up in the morning at 4 and is sick and can't come in. That's where those people come in. They can't be requested in advance, and that's helped a lot as well. We do have some days that those reserve subs aren't needed, and then we find other work for them to do. Sometimes they help out as a para in a special ed room. They do other assignments, but that has helped with, filling those short-term needs. But yeah, when I go to HR director meetings in the Twin Cities, it's very common. There's a shortage of subs. I know Jordan went to Teachers on Call or Kelly Services. I'm waiting to hear from them how that went, because a lot of districts do that. But we're always continually looking for new subs and ways to attract and retain subs. On the other hand, we did a survey 2 years ago of our substitutes, at all kinds of substitutes, and they say our district is a great district to work with. The staff are really supportive, the principal, the office. We have great kids, so we're very desirable to work for as a sub, which is very helpful. But still, there's just not enough of them out there.
And one of the things too, at last resort too, at the elementary level, they'll, if they're short a classroom, we'll take that classroom and spread the kids out with the other 4 classes, whatever they may be too, so.
And the contract does allow for extra pay in some of those situations for the teacher.
But when you have the unemployment rate is under 4% or whatever is in Scott County, LeSueur County, it's very low. So it's in all sectors.
Now you gotta compete with
You
the
know,
new
it,
gas station too.
To be back in the heyday of education, the principals would gladly step in as a
They do.
or
They do,
superintendents?
believe me, they do. Yeah.
That wasn't on her list.
That's what we got. We got Charlie and we got Jerry and
There we go.
I'm not a short call sub. I could get my license, I suppose, but
Never thought about that for Chuck Kyer, huh?
Yeah, there you go, journalism there. Okay. I'll make a motion, we approve the substitute pay rate increases for 2018 or 19, or not increases, just the substitute pay rates.
so
Second.
moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0. Bus driver hiring bonus. Even harder to find bus drivers.
even harder to find bus drivers. Bus drivers are tough. And so in talking with Craig a few weeks ago, right now our contract does not allow for any hiring bonus. We do have hiring bonuses in our certified contract that we use from time to time. I think Amy's used it a couple of times for hard to fill positions. And we were just kind of brainstorming, and Craig said, you know what, how about if we, try a hiring bonus? So I contacted the SEIU representative and drafted up an MOU that allows us the option of doing that. And he talked with his bargaining unit here in New Prague, and they were open to it with a sunset date of December 31st. Just try it for a few months and see if it helped at all. They would have to be paid just a portion of it up front, but they'd have to work a full year to get the rest of it. So it's an attraction and retention tool. Don't know if we will use it, but we would like it as a tool to be able to use for that purpose.
Any questions? Can I get a motion to?
I'll make a
Problem?
motion. I'll make a motion to approve the bus driver hiring bonus memorandum of understanding.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 6-0.
Thank you.
Did you want to say anything in this meeting?
I got the next meeting, or
Okay.
the work session.
Well, because we usually have a superintendent good news in our
Well,
meetings.
First thing that flashes my mind is the roofing project at the high school, which isn't really good news.
Oh,
I can give you just a quick update on that. Yeah,
Let's do that.
last week, we got water damage in the choir room. They didn't seal the roof. According to Craig, they did not anticipate, I think we had about a half inch, a little bit more, half inch of rain that night. And so, however they cover it, make sure they didn't do the extra steps to do that. So we got damage there. And obviously, they've been, working long hours, but they're still a little bit behind schedule. So there's a lot to get done in a short period of time. But as of Friday, they assured Craig that they were going to get it done. Nicole mentioned about the chillers going on tomorrow and stuff like that. But things are going to be cut very tight. The choir room will be ready, I guess, the first day, but they're not going to get all that fixed with all the damage that was done there. So that was an unfortunate thing that happened. And then I had mentioned about the school board candidates for the election. Its deadline is tomorrow night, Tuesday at 5 o'clock. And right now we've got 3 people that have filed, and we've got 2 verbally or by email said they're coming in tomorrow. So we're anticipating at least 5, if not more. So that's a very good thing. And yeah, so those are probably the 2 main things.
Thank you.
If I'd like to say something on this roof. I've expressed it already. I'm very disappointed in the whole situation. The roofers have got 2 leaks over at the garage from a year ago, and they have not been fixed yet as far as I hear. And we can use the rain and everything, but they're supposed to be prepared, and we're supposed to be kind of keeping an eye on them. So I'm kind of disappointed in the whole situation. It doesn't seem very professional.
Is that the new roof or the new building?
He's talking about both.
Both, okay.
It's the same company, Ebert Construction. They're the ones that,
Haven't gone back to the bus garage, is that?
they'll get done. But yeah, they haven't yet. But
Time.
yep, we got a year. I mean, but it's frustrating, like Don says. I totally agree with he says, and I know Craig feels the same thing. But things are gonna get fixed to our standards. But by state law, they were the low bid, the sealed bid. If you go back to when we had that, so with the roofing project in the bus garage. So I don't know. It's going to get done. It'll get done right, but it's frustrating.
Thanks.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Now on to the work session.